Hello everyone, thank you for visiting my channel. Today I would like to share with you how you can serve pho 3 different ways, just like at the restaurants, from one pot of pho at home. This one is the oxtail pho. I do not like to eat raw bean sprout, so I blend the bean sprout and add onto my bowl, and I'm just pouring the soup over. This is very delicious soup here. The second bowl is the rare beef and meatball. In my rare beef, I do not like to see the red meat, so I blanch the raw beef before I add it onto the bowl of pho. The last bowl is beef brisket and meatballs pho. This is very delicious. So let's begin and see how I can make all these bowl of pho at home. So here I have this is a piece of beef brisket. This is about 3 to 4 pounds. I have here beef bones. This is about 3 pounds. And the last thing, I have about 1 pound of oxtail. I have a pot of water here. I will add some salt. I will soak everything in here and leave in the fridge overnight. This to remove any blood from the meat. This will make the soup very clear and clean. The beef biscuit is flat, so I will roll it up and tie it so that after it is cooked, it's easier for us to slice it. All of the meat are now placed in the pot with water. I will leave this in the fridge overnight. The next day, you can see here is a lot of blood coming out. It makes the liquid red. I will dump this liquid. The pot is back on the stove. I will add hot water and bring this pot to a boil. You can see the pot is boiling. I will turn off the stove, dump this water again, wash and rinse all the piece of meat to remove all the foams and the dirt that's attached onto this meat. This will make the soup more clear and the meat is cleaner for us to eat. Just to make sure, you need to clean every single bone under the water to remove any, it's a lot of dirt on here, and I do not like that on my soup. My soup needs to be clear and no dirt. Make sure you wash the pot well, as there's a lot of dirt attaching to the pot. The pot is now clean. I will put the oxtails, the beef bones, and the beef brisket onto the pot. As you can see, the bones now look very clean. This will make the soup clear and delicious when you're eating it. I will fill up the pot with hot water and bring this pot to a boil. One medium-sized onion, 2 medium-sized organic ginger sliced in half. I will roast this on low heat. Occasionally you need to turn these pieces around. Just be careful on the onion. The onions seem to burn very quickly, but the ginger takes a bit more time. I've washed the ginger and the onion. Well, I'm just adding them to the pot. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Three cinnamon sticks, 3 cardamons, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, half tablespoon of cloves, 8 to 10 star anise seeds. Add everything to the pan except the coriander seeds. We will now roast these on medium heat for about 1 to 2 minutes. Add everything to a bag. I have 2 bags here. The white one I just bought, but it is smaller, so I will use this one that I've used in the past. Add this bag to the pot. Simmer this pot for 3 hours. Here I have a piece of flame steak beef. I freeze it up. It just came out from the freezer. This is easy for me to slice it very thin. I will use this for the rare beef. Add the minced ginger to the slice of beef. Add 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. Add about half a teaspoon of black pepper. Mix well and refrigerate it until it is ready to be served. Here is my soup after 3 hours here. I can poke into the biscuits and I can see it is soft. So I will remove the oxtail and the beef brisket. I will continue to simmer the soup for another half an hour. Here is the beef brisket. It's been cooled down to room temperature. I'll remove all the threads and we'll cut them into thin slices. Scoop out the fat on the top here. It's your choice. You can leave it if you want to. Remove the onions, the bones, and the seasoning. Run it through a double strainer to remove any meat particles, and this will make the soup very clear. Here is the beef broth after I strain it. I will now add water to fill up the pot. Add 3 teaspoons of chicken powder. Add 5 to 7 tablespoons of fish sauce depending on your taste. For my family, I need only about 5 tablespoons. I have a pot of boiling water here. I will soak the rice noodles in here. This rice noodle is dry rice noodle, so I pre-soak these noodles in cold water for a couple of hours. So now when I'm ready to eat, I just soak it into boiling water, put it on a bowl. I'm adding beef brisket, meatballs, I will pre-soak the rare beef in here for about 1 or 2 seconds, remove from the hot water and put on my bowl. This will prevent the soup from getting cloudy from all the blood coming out from the rare beef. So here is my rare beef with meatballs. I'm adding some red onions for some color, green onions and coriander.